Question mark? He's so cute! Oh my gosh. Someone said Fire Bunny. Oh, little chameleon? Their style is so different. Show me him. Show me him. Oh my god, he's adorable. What is your name? Good morning, lovelies. Zoe Tudors here with some more Pokemon goodness for you with the wonderful and exciting new announcement and release of Pokemon Sword and Shield coming to the Nintendo Switch later this year, later 2019. So unfortunately, my live reaction to the Pokemon Direct was taken down, as was pretty much everyone else's, copyright claimed by Pokemon, the Pokemon Company Japan. So it is what it is, it was taken down. So for those of you unfamiliar with main series Pokemon games, I know a lot of you guys have said before your first game ever has been Pokemon Go. So I know a larger number of my audience is kind of in that camp of has and hasn't played. It's almost a 50-50 split, which was really interesting. It was awesome to see so many of you get on board as well when Let's Go came out. So Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, your first ever console-based Pokemon game, which is fantastic. And for those of you who currently have that device now, you can roll into this game too. So this game is going to be set in the region of Galar, which we kind of almost jokingly predicted the name of the game. Not really, but we're mucking around theorizing what would be cool Australian Pokemon. And there's a bird in Australia called a Galar. I was saying oh, they should have a fire flying, the Flamin' Galar. Just funny coincidence. But the Galar region is absolutely enormous. This whole map looks so stunning, so fantastic, enormous and full. I'm really excited to experience all of the elements of this world. We've got mountainous ranges, enormous lakes and ponds and rivers, this kind of glacial area at the top here, tons of cities, tons of little townships as well by the looks of it, forests. Honestly, this map looks fantastic. I'm very, very excited, even just based off this. There's been also a lot of speculation as well, because as we can see in this image and in a few others as well, there is a train station, train line. So a couple theories rolling around at the moment being that we'll travel the area by train, but also that maybe after completing the game, we'll be able to take a train back to the region, the Kalos region, that was featured in Pokemon X and Y. Now, the reason these things kind of line up is that there is a, I suppose, almost matching train station in the Kalos region, and then the X and Y games were set in France. They were based off France, essentially, with Galar being based off the UK. So within reason as well, you can take a train from the UK to France. That's a thing that you can do. So those kind of things line up real world and in-game potentially too. So keen to see where that goes. The X and Y games were some of my favorite, honestly. When that came out, I was still in uni when X and Y came out, and seriously, the day after it came out, me and my friends went to the midnight launch and everything. The day after it came out, we're all in class in a lecture, and we normally wouldn't do this, but it was the one lecturer that was absolute trash, essentially. No way to sugarcoat it. She was a terrible lecturer. We taught her more than she taught us in the class, so we were in the big lecture theatre and just you hear the little click of our 3DSs. And we were continuing our little adventure in X and Y. I could not put that game down. If you're in school or if you're at university, please be a diligent student, more so than what I was when that game came out. But hey, I still got a good grade, so it's all good. So X and Y, easily one of my favorite main series games. In the trailer as well for this one, I was pretty stoked to see Meowstic, female Meowstic in battle in one of the cutscenes. Esper and Meowstic are some of my favorites from that generation. I shiny hunted for shiny Esper for so long and did not get lucky at all. Plus you have to shiny hunt for a gender because Meowstic has a split evolution. Anyway, we're getting off topic. There is a awesome little spread of Pokemon shown in this trailer though, so I'm really excited to see what the local dex is going to be made off of in the region of Galar. One of the most exciting things as well definitely is the new starters. These guys are absolutely adorable, and the fan base around Pokemon has instantly taken to taken to these starters. There are some strong alliances for these Pokemon. We've only seen about, 10 seconds each of them, but people have absolutely fallen in love with Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble. These guys, these little mons are so cute. Personally, I'm really stuck on which one I'm going to pick. Of course, I don't have to worry about that too much because the way that I play the main series games is to power through to the Pokemon Center, power through to the daycare center, the breeder for that region, breed the heck out of whichever starter I picked, trade those with people for other starters, breed the heck out of those starters, share with everyone, but then I have got the 3 starters pretty early on in my game because I generally like having all of them. I always get so torn between at least 2, so to kind of even that out, I'll bring all 3 onto my party, play through most of the game with all of them, evolve them all up, and then kind of decide who I'm keeping as I play through. At the moment, though, I'm personally pretty torn between Grookey and Scorbunny. I'm traditionally a fire starter, Pokemon trainer. I pretty much exclusively pick the fire starters except for Tepig. That was the only one that I didn't pick just because I don't really like pigs, to be honest. But I'm really excited to see how these ones evolve in their final evolutions, their second stage evolutions, all of that. Going along with these starters, of course, is the little team names. We've got Grookey Gang, we've got Sobble Squad, and I am not having any of this Scorbunny Squadron business. No, if you love Scorbunny, you're a Scorbunny honey. Thank you very much. Get on board or get out. I'm joking. But seriously, Scorbunny honeys, align. Let's do it. One of my favorite theories as well that I've seen about the starters, of course, everyone's speculating over what, split typing they'll have as they evolve, is from this post that I saw on Reddit. And they were saying, these are their theories after watching the latest trailer. They feel as though Scorbunny might end up being fire and steel because it is running vertically up the side of the steel gear. The little yellow patches on its feet possibly being magnetic strips, which is pretty cute. I thought the little yellow strips at first looked really similar to these Japanese hand warmers and heat warmers. So these little shake-up bags or beans or stickers that you can kind of activate and put on your clothing in the winter, and they make you super warm. And the logo or the caricature for a major brand in Japan is a bunny. Yeah, I was like, that's a pretty cute little combination. But I like the idea of fire and steel. It is featured, in the industrial area. Keen to see how this one evolves, really. I hope it doesn't get too humanoid-y, personally. Kind of like Delphox. Delphox is cool, but I'm not the biggest fan of the humanoid Pokemon evolutions, personally. They go on to say that they think Sobble will be Water Ghost. I'm totally on board with this, and I think this is amazing because when Sobble first appears, it is invisible. Kind of like a chameleon, it transforms out of the water, becomes more visible as it, presents itself. I like the idea of it being this ghost water type, sometimes invisible, really shy, as is evidenced in the trailer as well. It's really timid. A really timid and shy Pokemon, and having that ability to turn invisible and, hide itself like a ghost, I think lines up pretty cool with the feeling of this character. And lastly, they theorized that Grookey would be Grass Psychic or Grass Fairy. This one would be really interesting. Their reasoning behind it was that after, Scorbunny burnt the grass in the trailer, Grookey kind of turns around and the grass has grown back. They're theorizing that maybe Grookey has some sort of healing abilities or regenerative abilities, which might be tied into psychic or fairy abilities. They also said that they think the staff that'll stick in Grookey's hair could turn into a staff in later evolution, some sort of warlock kind of vibe. And they mentioned in there that, Delphox's previous evolution does have literally a wizard's staff. They're feeling more like a Rafiki staff. Lion King style. I really like their justifications for their observations in the trailer. I'm really curious to see if these do line up in any way. I would be stoked as long as we don't have another firefighting starter, personally. So definitely keen to see where that one goes. Also, excitingly, and I don't know how true this is, but we don't seem to be super young children. I know in X and Y the characters looked a little bit older, but still very childlike. In the trailer for this one, the characters seem a lot more mature. I don't know if that's just going to be coincidental or if it's just the way of the styling and the graphics for this game, but to me, the characters genuinely seemed to be teenagers, post 13-year-olds, basically, which I'm really excited for. I'd love to have a game where I'm playing as, essentially closer to my age bracket. possibly dealing with heavier, subtle themes, you know, so a child could play this game and not really notice the subtext, but adults can go like, oh, I get what's going on here with the journey of my character and how the story is progressing. So I don't know if it's purely design, but to me, the characters look a little bit older than a 10-year-old Ash Ketchum, so fingers crossed. There's a few other really gorgeous scenes revealed as well in the trailer. Some really, really beautiful industrial, countryside, little like, you know, European cottages and like almost tea houses and things like that. Some really, really beautiful stuff. There was also this clip that showed some sort of weird, like these weird markings in a hill, which kind of lines up with a real life, like natural wonder essentially. Curious if this is going to be like some sort of foreshadowing for the legendaries. We got into a really cool discussion as well about the legendaries in the live stream, kind of theorizing that, you know, with this UK vibe, and you know, the logo of Sword and Shield having these almost dog-headed or bestial-headed logos, it'd be really interesting to see some sort of legendary tied into mythology, like the hippogriff or the griffin or the chimera and things like that. So something kind of based off real world mythology in that, like that kind of pocket of mythology, all of these combined beasts essentially. Probably won't be too long, it might be a couple of months before we get another little like booster into this, you know, trailer hype or little things leaking, or the, you know, the second stages of evolution. Then closer to launch we'll see the third stages of evolution, a bit more of the region. As with the last few releases for Pokemon games in the main series, we will probably see a little trailer that will have, hey, here's, you know, 5 new Pokemon that you're going to see in the region. Eventually we'll see the legendaries and that as well. So my body is ready. I am excited. I cannot wait to play this game. Yes, I will be playing through this game on the channel as well, probably through a combination of live streams and dedicated uploads. But I generally find it more fun to play along with you guys live. So that's probably going to be the main way we play it, at least at the start. Along with that as well, kind of separate to Pokemon, of course, when the new Animal Crossing game comes out too, I'll be playing that alongside on this channel as well with you guys. So a whole bunch of new and exciting content coming to the channel, diversifying a little bit, but don't worry, we're not going to be leaving Pokemon Go entirely by any means. I know last year when Let's Go came out, everyone was like, do you not play Go anymore? And it's like, guys, it's been 2 days, it's okay. We can play multiple things on the channel. So to give you guys a heads up, get you guys prepared for the end of 2019, I'll be playing the heck out of this game, combined with a whole bunch of other stuff, so I got you covered. Let me know in the comments down below your initial thoughts. Are you Grookey Gang, Sobel Squad, or a Scorbunny Honey? Let me know. I'm having difficulty deciding, but I mean, either way, I'm going to end up with all of them, so it's okay. I'm leaning towards Grookey and Scorbunny. They're both so cute, but Grookey's little fangs in the trailer, it's going to be a tough decision. With that being said, guys, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful morning, noon, night, whatever time it is for you, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.